tab here. It allows me to connect this, see, and then that'll allow me to connect to a Molex and then give power to that glass fan. So I have all three fans kind of going to town on the cooling in this system. So I'll pop it over now. Okay, let's get some thermal grips here. Get that installed. Okay, so we have the CPU cooler installed with the heatsink. We put on a nice layer of thermal grease there, and we have it all connected, which is good to the motherboard fan there. And we're going to do the same. We're just going to connect the power supply now. I just want that installed. Other 4-pin here to connect. And there we are. Get that in there. It's always fun trying to film and get around the camera and all those things. Alright, now we have that installed. And what I'll do is I'm going to separate that and tie that kind of up here to this bar. And I'll show this there. This is kind of a spot. So it's not going to fall down there. It's not going to be down right now. We're going to test the system. It's got that. Install next out of there, and so we have our HDMI installed. This is basically I'm going to take a little beyond it and spread it in there just for this. What else can we do that? Systems I had, and there's just a blank cover because I thought, we're going to look at the front of it. It's just going to look nice there instead of having it just wide open. Okay, we got the floppy drive installed there. And let's see what we're doing for this. So we have our floppy drive going in. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. We'll get that installed. Okay, let's just do a little test just to see how that looks in the front, and we are off to the races there, everyone. That looks really good. Actually, I think this is good. Perfect. It's nice and flush in the front. That's what I wanted, and we can access that now. And we'll do the same on the other side of the drive. There's only one front punch out that's gone, so I'm in good shape there as well. There we are. So far, I'm just loving this case. This is what Silverstone's still in business. So if this is what their cases are like, this is the brand I'm going to go with if I decide to build a brand new computer, like something like modern, as opposed to always working in the retro world. It's kind of shit in there. Okay, we have that around there. All right. The other thing I'm going to do is, like I mentioned earlier, I have the 3.5-inch caddy here, so I'm going to grab the hard disk and wherever I move everything out of the way, and I get it all on myself. If you saw the behind the scenes, you'd be kind of chuckling where everything is. Okay, we have H, or no doubt, hard disk. Okay, and we need one more, and then we'll be all set for the hard disk. Okay, so we have our floppy disk, hard disk installed here, all good. And we're going to pop that back around and slide it in. It has a little guide there, which is nice. I didn't notice that until after the fact. So we'll put our screws back in here. It's 2. So, I mean, I'm not having to hold anything. This cage is just so well designed. And I've said it a few times, and hopefully, this says Silverstone, if you're watching this, I'm very happy with your case. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, now that I have that installed, is install some power to these things. Get kind of everything situated here. Here, we have the drive power installed there. Be very careful how you line these up. I've done this before where I haven't.
There you go, sir.
I usually break off a corner or something like that. That's no fun. You sure doing that? Okay, so we have that installed. So I'm just going to take our extra kind of wire over here that we wired up for the fan. And just kind of put it around this corner here because this seems to be the area. Once I get this kind of cleaned up here in terms of wires, this is kind of self-explanatory. I'm not worried about that too much, but up here there's going to be like a little conglomerate of wires. And yeah, I just want to make sure there's high and low under here, and they're kind of going away. I might do some cable management there as well, just to avoid any certain issues. So say the one's going to be the hard disk. That's a shorter run here. So we just have this nice blue wire that we have, which is great, and the way it's shaped here just makes sense to put it like this, and it'll come right down into the board. It's just the way the notch is on the interface. Actually, that's the short cable. That's all we needed for that. And we'll do the same thing with the optical drive. It's looking pretty good. We have the main board in, CPU is all installed. So you have the floppy, the hard disk, the optical drive, power supply, we got data and power to all of this going on here, except for the floppy. Actually, I just noticed that. So I do have a floppy connector here. So we'll get that installed. Now this guy here is a bit long. But yeah, we'll just get it kind of sorted out here. There we go. So you just clean this up there. Nice and clean. And there's other ways to try to clean that up a little bit.
There you go, sir.
Okay, we have that in place now. So we have all of our connectors, all of our power. Next up is to little card. Okay. So far so good. And considering we're using 20-ish, almost 20-year-old parts that we have. That's scrounged through bins. Oh my goodness. I had so many bins. So many bases, a lot. They've been doing a lot of work with the IDE stuff lately, so I didn't have a lot of the SATA stuff. So, digging through other bins to locate that was fun.
There you go.
Comments here. Okay, so we have that installed now. To our power supply, all good there. Fans are all connected.
There you go, sir.
Can you patch me up, man? Please, man.
Cable tied here.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, man. Bye bye.
There you go, sir.
And so what I'll do is there's two empty windows down here. I'm just going to use these to populate those two. A couple reasons. One, won't lose them. This is probably the main reason. And two, just keep the dust, dirt, all that stuff as best out of the system as we can. I mean, as we all know, computers are over vacuums. And hope everyone's enjoying this type of content, building a PC from scratch from all different components. And I tried to get something, that was going to be well-rounded to use in this system, in terms of parts and era and, kind of fit with the channel and what we're trying to do. I could have even, quote-unquote, put a sleeper PC in here. There's something really
There you go, madam.
But I have a different idea in my head of how we're going to manage that in the future. I'm just going to make sure we're good. Just slotted my address in here again. Just not here yet. Keep my drone based. It didn't come for this build today. I thought it was going to arrive today. I ordered from Amazon. Everything else came. I needed, but this did not. So thermal based, but I did find another two of it. So we're good for the build. And I'm also going to pop out that CR 2032 battery here. I've got a brand new fresh battery installed by Maxell.
There you go, sir.
Okay, so we have that installed. I think we're going to do now is get the front panel lights and all those good things connected, but oh my goodness, yeah, definitely much heavier now that all the components are inside here. But even still, such a sturdy case. I just love it. Okay, I'm gonna go back and get these all connected. Okay, we're back with all of the front header, front I/O lights connected, the power switch, power LED, hard drive LED, all those things are all connected, reset switch, etc. And yeah, I also popped in the
There you go, sir.
bezel for the spare. But I mean, it's looking absolutely beautiful, fantastic. Can't wait to get this fired up. And before I clean up any wires or anything like that, I'm just gonna adjust the camera differently, angle, get a monitor, keyboard, mouse set up, and see if we can get this thing out. Beautiful Silverstone desktop here that we just built. I mean, this is the true test of what we can do here. So let's. I'm afraid to hit the power button. I know we test the motherboard and stuff, but it's always that moment. So let's hit the power button and see what can blow up. You can hear those two fans in the back kicking on. Oh, we have post. F1 64 processor, 3200 plus. And we have more than 1.5 gigs of RAM. 2 gigs of RAM, dual channel, 128-bit of memory. You know what? I must have had that mislabeled. But we have two 1 gig sticks apparently, so we have 2 gigs of RAM. It's complaining about stuff that we need to look at. That TV ROM drive is making some weird noises there. You're not hearing on camera just because I have microphone close to me, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna find out what's going on with that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back to the screen again, and this is the one we originally had in the computer, and for whatever reason, it was making this weird humming, weird noise. When I went to try to eject it, it wouldn't eject. So I don't know if there's an issue with the mechanism inside or not, but I wasn't going to mess around with that. So I've gone ahead and installed another DVD super multi-recorder or whatever the heck it is, just one of those generic ones. I'd love to have brand new in there. We will eventually. I mean, look at the front of that case. Just absolutely beautiful. And it's all aluminum. The case is just solid. And I mean, I always said this before when we reviewed the case before, but that's just a really awesome looking case. You know, I had mentioned this earlier when we were speaking that I was considering upgrading the processor on this computer to the Athlon 64 4000 plus. But where that motherboard still doesn't say is kind of loving that idea, you know, in terms of the book and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to do that in this video. My goal today is to get this computer up running, get an OS installed on it, and we can go from there. But yeah, I just don't want to go down the path of getting this installed or doing any damage. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to go through and dig all these parts out and get into a spot where we have a working system almost right off the hop outside of that DVD drive. Let's get this configured just to see what we do. So that one continue to complete the other stuff. Let's go set, and we will get just a standard stuff set up, date and time, because now that we have a battery in there, we should be good. So I believe it's 2023. It goes a lot longer than that right now, but it's not all the work that went into this. Okay, and it's detecting the channel 0 and 1 first for the ITP, and then it's going into the 2 and 3 separately as the SATA. That's what that is. And it's drive A, no problem detecting that. And oh, it shows floppy 3 mode support. That's interesting. Video, EJ, VGA, hold on all errors, and that gives us our memory. I mean, that's looking pretty darn good. First one's going to be floppy, second, I want the third CD-ROM drive to be second, and then the hard disk to be third. That's what I like to do in terms of booting. Well, easier on hard disk, all good. This is so cool. I'm stopping for a second just because I have three fans running to cool this system down that are all connected, whether it's through the power supply, obviously, but obviously to the motherboard as well. And it's so quiet, and that's what the case will. Anyway, okay. So that's all good. And this is where you can go ahead and do some tweaking. I'm not doing any of that with this right now. I'm still convinced. I still want to put that processor in. I really, really, really do. I'm toying with it on this video or not. So the IDE function setup and RAID configuration. I mean, I'm not going to enable the RAID, but that's really neat to have. I mean, I do have a couple extra drives that probably could be set up in a RAID configuration, but for what I do with my systems, until I make it a mental note that this is going to be always like this, I'm not going to make any changes like that right now. Health status, yeah, so it's showing our fan speeds right now, which is cool. So the voltages all look good. CPU temperatures looking great. Yeah, just really excited, everybody, that we have this up and running. Okay, I think the next step is to get an operating system installed on here. So let's get that going. Now that we have our Windows XP, TV or CD and the ROM drive, went ahead and set up everything that we needed in our CMOS. Let's do the memory test, we know it works. Well, mostly. Okay, and we're going through what we need to do here. And should ask the CD. Press any key, absolutely. Now, true test to make sure everything works. I think I picked the right processor, and right board, and right era. Of course, let me know in the comments.
There you go, sir.
You might think otherwise, or you might have to do something different in the future. But yeah, I just think it's so cool to be able to use all these components for different things, get them all kind of working in harmony. So it's really cool. Here we are back with Windows XP Professional installed. I literally have not touched anything. I just started recording once it came up to the screen. Yeah, just awesome. Love having this. I'm not confident though. A lot of the drivers have been installed. Let's take a peek here. So we have the Microsoft Windows XP Professional version 2002, Server Pack 3, Silverstone AMD. Hey, it's registered for them. AMD Athlon 64 processor, 3200 plus with 2 gigahertz and 2 gigs of RAM, which is awesome. Let's take the device manager here. So we have a couple audio controllers, obviously on board. I'm going to restart the computer and disable the onboard audio. I didn't do that yet. What do we do for display adapters? Okay, so we can detect the video card, no problem, which is amazing. Let's take a look here. We have the DVD installed, so that's the regular DVD. We have our controllers. And our disk drive is our hard drive, our 320 gig drive, so that's looking fantastic. And our monitors, whatever, it's fine.
There you go, sir. Here's a picture.
There. And our sound, so that's our built on. I believe that's probably the Sound Blaster Live, maybe? Yeah, it's probably Sound Blaster Live. Okay, let's focus on getting that driver installed. Okay, and we're back, and I was able to get the drivers, I believe the drivers for what we need. And I'm going to go into the control panel real quickly here. Control panel, sorry, I'm going to go into my computer and see what we have for the drivers for the sounder. We'll get this installed. This is Sound Blaster Live installation files for Windows XP. Okay, good times. Alright, we'll address that in a minute. Let's go back to, okay, let's install the Enforce drivers.
There you go.
These are just drivers that I pulled off the ECS website to install the hardware. So just want to do the IDE controller, the network controller, and you can see a few other drivers here that's going to pick on and install for us. This should take care of a lot of the missing drivers that we're showing in the control panel under Device Manager. are back with the beautiful Silverstone AMD computer, all built and ready to go, including our drivers. So I spent the last few minutes just hunting down a few drivers and things like that, just to clean up the device manager. And a lot of that had to be found on the internet because I did not have drivers here. Now, that said, I had looked also, while I was thinking about what was going on, at that processor, the AMD Athlon 4000 Plus that I had. And I just said, well, you know what, let's just pop it in there and see. It's feeling off the grave. And it doesn't just nicely, cleanly go in. It's the same form factor, but I looked at it and I could see, I don't know if the camera's picking up or not, but there's definitely some bent pins. At the very least, there was a couple bent pins, and so I fixed those, but there's also some misaligned pins. So I'm going to have to spend some time on this CPU, give it some cleanup here. I'm going to rub grease on it now because of my fingers, but definitely I'm going to do some cleanup, get it all kind of aligned both directions, and we should be able to get back going and try that in another video, maybe an upgrade video or maybe a benchmarking video for sure. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing I want to try as well is put the thing here and pop in my BIOS update disk here. And this does come with a Windows Flash utility as well, so I'm just loading up the ability to do that. So here we go. Here's the Windows Flash utility for the CMOS update. So I'm going to put a file, and I already saved the old BIOS already on the floppy. So I'm just going to update BIOS, and we're going to choose the BIOS file for that, for the 1.0F is what it is. Oh, it says here BIOS file size does not match the mainboard BIOS. That's interesting, because I got this directly from the BIOS of the website. Okay, and so here we are. We have a perfectly operational system that we built together. There's a vintage Athlon 64, beautiful PC, love it. I love the metal case. I just love it. So I'm going to get all this kind of situated, get the cover back on, and maybe we'll play a game and do the outro. So let's get all this cleaned up. And here we are, all loaded back up with our beautiful custom-built vintage computer. Just love it. I think it's time to get into a little bit of Unreal Tournament and see how well it runs on this computer. Computerhuis is voor het leven. Wat was het? Die we allemaal zitten. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Retro Recall. I hope you're doing awesome. Today we have another ThinkPad, IBM ThinkPad on the bench. It's an IBM ThinkPad 755C that came out around 1994, I believe, June, July of 1994. Now this ThinkPad was donated graciously to the channel by Aaron. Aaron, if you're watching, thank you so much. You know who you are. This was donated actually a little while ago, and I'm just getting to it now, and it's donated as is. He had it booting to the operating system and had a game installed. And I figure for today's video, what we'll do is we'll just do a go over of the system and clean up of the system because it is quite filthy, as typical IBM fashion with that coding. And also, discover what else is potentially wrong with the system so that we can, in a future video, do a bunch of repair to this computer. So, lots to do. Let's get right to it. Okay, so first off, we're just going to do a general overview of the system itself. And, ThinkPad, you take a ThinkPad from 1994, you take a ThinkPad from 2022, and it's crazy the design similarities between each of the systems. And I say crazy, it's just implying that, a company would keep that same style throughout or at least nuances of the style throughout all the years. And, ThinkPads are notorious for their quality, for their builds, for their ease of use, their comfort, business applications, consumer markets, depending on what it is, but the ThinkPads themselves have always been definitely a line that will never be forgotten in the computing industry. So let's review the system real quickly. So as I mentioned in the intro of the video, there's this coding, and this coding is slightly different. I'm just going to grab the light here real quickly, just to kind of see. Now this coding is definitely rubberized, but look at me, this way. Look at the black. So there's a rubberized kind of coating on it, but it's not your typical ThinkPad coating that's on this. It's more, more textured than the other stuff would be. The other stuff feels more, like a soft coating. So, I think this would be good just to do a good little scrub around. But you can see the dirt that's just coming off of that system. Alcohol wipes are the best. Already feels just better just touching. But it gets kind of sticky over time.
Piece of
This
ketchup,
coating
sir.
that they've had on the system. But again, you can see night and day the difference in the cleanup that we can do to it. So on the front of the machine, we have a clearly marked 1.44 megabyte floppy drive. We'll refer to these as the Ultra Base. You can swap them out. I imagine you could swap them for something different in there, whether it be another battery or something. That's my guess on that. But this particular model does not have a built-in CD-ROM drive. But again, the fact that it has that there is amazing and awesome and all those good things. And on this side, you have one of the latches for the screen to be able to open up the screen. You can see it's still quite thick. If you saw in the video on the 380 XD, that's the Pentium version of their ThinkPads. It definitely is as thick, or just slightly thicker or thinner. I'm not sure, but definitely a lot of heft to these machines. But they're built very well. And then here we have PCM CIA extension capabilities here. We have one card that's missing only because I have a note for another show of something.
There you go, sir.
And then we have another one that's here, and I'm not sure exactly what that card is, to be honest with you. I'm just going to pop it out here just to see. Okay, then we have a 14.4 data fax modem, so I don't have the dongle for that. I'll put that in there to stop you by today. Better have something in there than not having something in there.
There you go, sir.
And it's not, wasn't playing nice with me there. So, so then we have that.
¿Me quieren?
Hola, amigo. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Tô bem, e tu?
And over here we have the
Hola, amigo.
with no symbol there, but we have the PS2 capability to be able to hook up an external PS2 mouse.
Hola, amigo.
We have ports.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
This is a docking bay.
Hola.
Expansion port. Some
Hola,
machines
chico.
have them on the bottom of the laptops,
Chico.
others on the back. This just happens to be one of the models that have it in the back. So if you look, it has double kind of double hit
Chico,
tray
chico.
here. So we have that slider that goes back and forth. If you want to, plug it into a docking station, and then it would, kind of protect all the other ports that are behind here, so you wouldn't have any sort of potential damage that could occur. It's nice to see after all these years, despite the coating coming off and sticky as all heck,
Doctor.
that the door itself.
Doctor, fix me, doctor.
There you go.
I want
Doctor,
There,
fix me,
there you
please.
go.
More ports. So we have the external VGA port here as well, just looking at the external monitor. We have what's looks like a printer port here as well, parallel port. And then we have our
10 medkits.
our serial port there as well.
Two? Okay.
And over here we have our power
2 medkits on the way for you, sir.
Patch me up, doctor.
There you go, sir.
Yeah.
It's not your standard power connector there.
There you go, sir.
Flipping around again, we have external audio, so you have your microphone and your headset as well, which is nice. And then we have On top of that, we have our power button there as well, and another latch for the lid. On the bottom of it, we have nothing. Just your regulatory information. So I used to think that's having a docking port of some sort, or some sort of expansion capabilities up here, like a window or a door. A door here that you can open up to, expand memory, or touch the hard drive, or something to that effect, or maybe an external battery that you can slide out here. But none of that exists on this at the moment. And the other thing that's really cool that I like about this is these two little feet here. I mean, when you're using the machine, it's like a keyboard almost. It tilts the machine towards you for ergonomics. I think that's genius. I mean, it's genius for as long as those latches actually hold, because obviously over the years, brittle plastic, as well as, depending on how you use this, it could potentially be snapped off or something to that effect. So, again, just having the machine in this condition, meaning all the different plastics are all together and all those good things. So, again, thanks, Aaron, for sending that my way. And the other thing I'm going to do is, before I open the laptop, I'm just going to show everybody this as well. This is a Lenovo, or IBM, I should say, branded external CD-ROM drive. So, using PCMCIA card, it says IDE PC card connection to this external drive. You have the ability to connect CDs to this, so play CDs or access CDs. So, I think that's pretty darn awesome to have as part of this setup, because again, depending on what you want to do in terms of installing things or access, this gives you access to a little more media versus just the 1.44 meg card. And that's just an example, or 1.44 meg floppy drive. And that's just an example of the PCMCIA expansion technology that was around at the time. That was our expansion. That was our USB. That's what we used at the time until USB became more predominant in the market. Okay, let's open this guy up and see what we have on the inside. Okay, let's get all situated here, and get all angled here, and see all the glory that is ThinkPad, all those good things. Okay, so we have our ThinkPad 755C. And the C, to my understanding, if you had a D on the end, I believe it came with the Ultra Bay with the CD ROM drive installed as well. And then they had different models over different years. I'm not 100% familiar with all the IBM nomenclature and how they named their systems. It all depends on the hardware that is in the system. So we have the IBM ThinkPad here logo, which is just super quality. Normally, whenever I see these are usually worn down, like the IBM colors are worn down or faded. Like my 380 XP is pretty bad for that. And then we have our brightness control here on the side. A good old-fashioned brightness. Not much in the way of contrast or all those good things. But again, these paved the way for future. And then we have our beautiful keyboard. I can't say enough about the ThinkPad keyboard. Just love the feedback and then the feel of it and all those good things. And if you notice, we have our track point here as well as our two mouse buttons, but no track pad of any sort. So there's nothing else to show here. Otherwise, I love and have the original IBM personal systems need help sticker. I've seen this on older systems as well. It's just really cool to see that. So I think what we should do is get this all connected and ready to turn on and see what is on this system. And here we are, cut tape. I plugged in the wire behind the power connector. It's quite a brick that comes with it, so I just wanted to hide it behind the system and have it all here. Let's power up the machine. All I did was slide it on the side here, and we'll do a little zooming in here and see what's on the screen if you can see it. So
there you go.
The lighting is just glare.
There's the chipset.
So we have some beeps, we have some errors, we have all the things we would expect from a system on this channel that just wouldn't work the first time, of course. It wouldn't be any fun that way. So error 1173 and 163. That's very common to a CMOS battery being replaced, and I would expect that is in the case.
There you go, sir. There's a patch.
On this video, what we should do is at least take apart the system real quick, just to see if we can identify what the battery is. Maybe even just replace it with the CR 2032s I have. Yeah, I know that they have different configurations, but we
There
can
you
always
go.
make shift something.
Sure,
Or,
we'll give you.
okay, so we have errors, that's fine.
You have Marco, and indeed you have need one gold though.
It comes up with the
5 gold pin.
time, it wants me to set the
5,
time.
okay.
It will literally complain about this every single time you turn on the system.
There you
Some
go.
systems will not work without a proper CMOS battery.
Okay.
Put in, but hey, this one does, so it's going to okay, and let it bypass that. Now, at the very beginning, I don't know if you noticed it on screen, but it did register as 20 megabytes.
5 immediate bells.
Megabytes of memory in this system, which I think is pretty darn cool to have that much memory in the system. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit. Double star chaser.
Two food poisoning pills.
All cars. And 5 poison ale. There you go.
And we have Windows 95. That doesn't get old at all. I love seeing Windows 95 start on screen. And just the sound of the original hard drive clicking away in here is just crazy awesome. I did mine Windows 95. I mean, I don't know what version's on here, A, B, C, or whatever, but again, just having the Windows 95. Only the
There you
screen
go,
is
son.
not terrible. Being as old as it is, I don't see any dead pixels in it. I'm not seeing any sort of issues, and if you move the mouse around, that's a good sign. There's a problem with your display settings. The adapter type is incorrect, or the current settings do not work with your hardware. So hit OK on that. You want me to change the display type probably and all those good things. I'm not touching this. I'm just going to escape. I'm not focused today on that. I just want to see what's on the computer here. Okay. So here we are on to the Windows 95 desktop. I'm not noticing any sound, so that's probably a driver problem of some sort. And I'm not seeing a sound indicator down here as well, volume control area. So we have a PC card, PCMCIA is obviously installed there. We have a shortcut to Keen 1. So we have Commander Keen on here, that's something.
There you go.
I'm going to go into Device Manager just because I want to see what we have on this system for hardware. And here we are in the Device Manager. So we have under disk drives, we have generic IDE disk type 95. We'll go in a minute and see how big that hard disk is. And display adapters is reading as a Western Digital 512K of memory. I have to look up the specs on this machine to see exactly what that is, but the fact that it's complaining about the driver for the hardware that's in this, I would say that that's probably incorrect. And so floppy disk controllers, hard disk controllers, sort of standard, Windows 98 or different versions of Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 98 second edition, Windows Millennium, always have these standard controllers, all these standard things installed. So it's just really neat to see over the years what we have with that. So under keyboard, we have our keyboard, standard keyboard, our modem, our 14.4 modem that we detected. It's detected. Our modem that we took out of the PCMCIA slot earlier, so I mean that's the 14.4. It'd be really cool. I mean, again, I'm one of those crazy people that still have a phone line in the house, and I do have an active dial-up connection. What's that for modern laptop display panel? 640 by 480. Hey, 94. We're going to remember back in 1994, I have another system from Toshiba that I showed on this channel as well, with an even smaller screen than this, color screen, and that resolution. So it's just, even smaller sorting. So it's just crazy to see that the technology changed so quickly over the years. Network adapters, we have dial adapter, other devices, unknown device. That's probably Windows 95 just not knowing what's going on here. For what it is, it's probably your sound card. Everything else looks okay. Our PCM, CIA, socket controller, and all the ports. So we have our COM port, printer port, and yeah, so that's what we have for that. So let's look at performance real quickly. And here you see your 20 megabytes of RAM that's installed, which is awesome as well. Now go into my computer and we'll look at the C drive real quickly here and just see what the capacity is. I know I saw it on there, but it's been shown on the screen. So 327 megabytes formatted, and it's probably a 340 megabyte hard drive that's in the system. So let's go start on that. Over $3,000. Alright, so it's been a while since I reacted to an Extreme Cheapskates episode, and I do not remember this show being as detached from reality as it truly is. Today's absolutely insane cheapskate refuses to go to the hospital for any real health care, and instead decides to have her husband take care of any health ailments she has. And let me tell you, this woman is riddled with health issues. You'd think she'd go to a freaking hospital, but no. So make sure you watch till the very end, because this one's absolutely insane. As well as please like the video, hit the bell, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I am absolutely losing my mind at how often YouTube is just screwing me over lately with these videos I work hard on, man. It's demoralizing. But anyways, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so we got no words in this intro. I don't know what in the freaking Walter White / Heisenberg is going on here, but bro is about to do something crazy with this fire extinguisher. He's got it out, got some gloves ready, and a bowl. Side note too, I know I'm in middle school for pointing this one out, but they live on a road called Loose Grip Lane, and I don't know why that name is just really comedic to me. Like, I would be embarrassed to say that I live on Loose Grip Lane.
In our house, we don't buy dry ice. We make it ourselves by using a CO2 fire extinguisher.
Alright, so we got a little bit of backyard chemistry going on here. Like I said, very big Breaking Bad vibes, but this is Karen, yes, that's her real name, and her husband was in the kitchen there making dry ice for themselves. Now, I don't know what the hell dry ice is supposed to be used for. I just know it's kind of like a stunt thing for stunt food where you can flash freeze things. I'm guessing this family isn't super into molecular gastronomy, so I don't know what the use for this could be, but hey, they're making dry ice. Also, how cheap is it? Like, I've never gone out and bought a fire extinguisher. Those things have got to be expensive. How many pounds of dry ice can you make from your, simple pillow sheet and fire extinguisher combination here? So far, I like the feel of the pedals. Like, they feel nice and sturdy. There's no flex. Or at least I don't feel any flex. The brake, while it's stiff, but it still feels smooth. And the pedal too, it's very, very linear, which I really like. I got more, I feel like a lot of control over the throttle, like how I apply it and modulate it. That's sort of I love the brake. I really do. The brake pedal feels very linear, which I love. And it gets stiffer, exponentially, which is good. The stiffness grows as you press longer on the pedal, which I think that also helps a lot more with muscle memory. See, the only thing I would say is, I wish the throttle had a lot more throw on it. Okay, let's change that.
Yo, Teddy.
Hello.
Yeah, by the way, pH is empty as well.
What can I say? I know.
Yeah,
I mean, we have no one covering pH. I have asked multiple times.
no one's online in your org at all?
I am the only one.
What the fuck? How's there nobody?
I don't know. They are all busy with their BPs and since that's BPs and the most people cannot get their items on time, they set that as a priority.
Yeah, they left the orgs.
There you go. So yeah, I am facing the issue now, so I have to jump by.
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know I was coming to check on SH too.
Yeah.
I saw pH empty.
Yeah. I was normally also sleeping, but yeah, then was no one covering the lobbies, so yeah.
Since it saves her over
okay.
$2,000 a year in medical costs. See, she would have had to drop 2 racks on getting these moles removed at the normal doctor's office, so she is saving money left and right. My comment about the fire extinguisher being expensive doesn't even compare to the cost of medical care in America, especially if you're not insured. I'm sure she is insured and still saving $2,000 on freaking dry ice somehow. But yeah, that's gonna be the theme of today's episode. Is this lady is not really a cheapskate when it comes to her diet or the clothes that she wears. She's all about the home health care. So today we're about to see some totally arranged practices at home of them trying to fix her different ailments of her body without actually going to see a doctor who, I don't know, maybe went to freaking a decade of school in order to figure out how to help you properly. But no, instead she's going to WikiHow and going on the WebMD and trying to sort it out there like a freaking psycho.
This is my medical closet. Over the years, I've been saving small items from the doctor's office.
She says I've been saving small items from the doctor's office. Meanwhile, she has an entire pantry of what I would expect to be in a singular doctor's office. Like, this stuff has to be so expensive. Medical grade, non-consumer grade, professional stuff is so pricey. So I don't know if she's just sneaking these jars, like, under a sleeve or something, like into her purse when she's leaving the office or what. But yeah, she's got a whole closet of medical gear, which makes her seem, in her mind, that she's qualified to be doing this stuff. And again, I didn't give a disclaimer, but yeah, we should not be doing any of this stuff at home, guys. I understand the hospital is very expensive, and sometimes you gotta find out a solution for yourself, but she is going to some insane lengths for the stuff that we're about to see.
9 times out of 10, they're willing to give you that. The 1 time out of 10 is if they've got bodily fluids on them.
Alright, Karen, why'd you give me that look after that sentence, huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I know she has got to be speaking from experience here, because clearly she has gone to the hospital a couple times for herself, but once she went enough to stock up on all the materials she truly needed, she said, no, normal medicine is not for me. I don't need that crap anymore. We'll start my own little hospital room at home.
Take the pickle, place the pickle on your skin, tape it down. Leave it on for 20 minutes, and you're good to go.
Okay, girlie, what are we doing here? Why are you taking freaking pickle chips and taping them to your arm? Does she just have the most ridiculous skin issues of all time? Like, how are these remedies even helping? I know pickle juice can be made to, I don't know, liven up some sauce or something, give you a little bit of that pickly taste, but, yeah, in terms of this, I guess you don't put cucumbers over their eyes when you're, going to the spa. Maybe this works, but this already seems ridiculous.
I do not like pickles. I don't like to eat them. I don't want them rubbed on me. I don't want pickles on me.
And this is her kid talking. I mean, this kid's got freaking trauma from the pickles, man. There's been some probably insane remedies that he's had to try as a kid. Like, he freaking fell and broke his arm in the playground. And instead of getting him to get a cast at the actual doctor's office, because that would, cost hundreds of dollars, the mom was probably like, let me just spray some pickle juice over the broken bone. That might help it.
And the pickle takes away the sting from the bug bite, and it reduces the swelling. I don't have to buy any cream, because this works like magic.
Again, we got to evaluate how much a freaking bottle of bug spray cream or whatever it might be costs. You're not using the whole thing in one go versus a jar of pickles. I understand it's still kind of cheap, but you're not actually eating them for their intended use, or I hope you're not eating them after rubbing them all over your skin. Doing these freaking weird cheapskates, I would not doubt it.
I bought this machine at a yard sale and paid $15. New. It was $2,500.
So this is her fancy CPAP machine. She has sleep apnea. This basically is like a door feeder mask that she wears that helps her breathe more consistently at night. And instead of, again, going to a medical professional and getting quality material that might help her in her sleep, which is, only a third of your freaking life that you spend in your bed sleeping, you might as well make it as nice as possible. But not for her. She went to a garage sale, found this thing for, I don't know, she said like $50. And look at the state of this, please.
A person is recommended to change a mask every 6 months. This is sticky because I've had this mask since 2007, and the gel is actually leaking.
That's right. This thing is so freaking old. You're actually supposed to replace it every year, according to her. It's leaking this gel that is inside it that's supposed to be like the comfort area. This seems like it could be poisonous, bro. I don't think I want that seeping on my face and also sticking to my face while I'm sleeping. Neither does she, apparently. So her genius freaking solution is to just put on some scotch tape on the thing. And now I'm thinking of the sensory L that would be. Having the rigid edge of the tape where it got cut, and it's all kind of jagged. Having that touching my nose while I'm sleeping just seems like hell. But so does this noxious liquid freaking ooze that's coming out of this stuff. She's literally making your life so much harder, like just refusing to go to a hospital for any of this stuff.
I've saved over $3,000.
I don't think they were actually adding sound effects there. I'm pretty sure that's what it actually sounds like with this freaking broken CPAP machine on. But that was just an impressive shot. I don't know what it was. I thought I was watching a different TLC show for a second because, I just don't ever want to find myself in this position. Trying to save money this much when I'm clearly in, not the best health and need to be going to get checkups and get an actual CPAP machine that works. Like, this lady could improve her quality of life so much by not being this way. And I understand you gotta save money, but there's gotta be other ways around that. You know what I mean?
Even Karen will
succumb to the occasional
There you
visit
go.
to the doctor's office. Uit zondelijke zondagschoren, dat is toch beter. Ontdekking andere winkels en op
Recently, I've encountered a really bad toothache.
That's right. There are actually things that she finds so serious that she goes to the doctor for. And today it's because she has an insane toothache and is looking like she might have to get this tooth removed at the dentist. So let's see how this goes and let's see if she actually goes through with the procedure.
When I realize I have to spend money, I cringe.
Well, the cheaper option is but hey, that makes both of us. I'm cringing right now too. But it's not because you're thinking of spending money, it's because she's actually at this hospital for another reason. It is so much more nefarious than you can ever imagine. Is she actually here to help herself? Well, sort of in her own mind, but not actually health-wise. Check this out.
So, if there's a medical procedure to be done, it is research.
That actually wiggles the tooth out till it gets loose and then we pull it out. So, in case you don't understand what's going on here, she is literally here for surveillance, bro. She is getting this check-in, which is probably way cheaper than actually doing the procedure with this guy. It's simply to get an idea of the tools that are going to be needed and the actual procedure of them doing a, tooth removal when you have a decaying tooth. She is doing this for her own good so that she can go back home and have her husband try this out on her. I am not freaking lying, dude. She is actually that crazy. She was here as an undercover freaking spy trying to get information from the dentist school that would have taken her a decade to go through and millions of dollars probably and hundreds of thousands of dollars to enroll in. She just saved all that time and is finding out from the source. She's literally asking about the tools like, how much does that one cost? Oh, that one looks like a pair of pliers. I could just use pliers, right? And the guy's like, no, you would literally break the tooth in half. Don't try that. But she's gonna try it because she's not gonna go out and spend the hundreds of dollars this actual medical grade equipment probably costs, unless she can finesse it from this guy like she did the rest of her gear. That might be the actual final act here.
Well, can I take the tools home with me after I'm done?
No.
Can I think on it?
So apparently she didn't get enough info and it cuts to her back home, popping up YouTube on her Windows Vista looking ass computer and is searching how to remove the tooth. I mean, if you ever find yourself at this point in your life, I'm sorry, get some serious help. This is not okay.
I don't like the idea of pulling my wife's teeth out. What if I pull the wrong one or something,
No, she's laying down literally rusty old tools that she probably found in some vintage flea market that is true dentistry tools, but that were used half a century ago. Then they used this medical paper that she stole a roll of from the hospital last time she was there speaking some info, and they turned their lazy boy recliner into a medical chair where this guy is literally going to lay her back and try to extract this tooth. What world am I living in right now? Like, this is absolute fantasy land. I don't understand how this is even being filmed.
I'm building a vacuum for her mouth. I'm using a regular vacuum cleaner.
Bro has a bendy straw that he's duct taping to their freaking crappy vacuum that probably hasn't been cleaned out for ages. I know it's only sucking in, but still, dude, there's so much wrong with this. I am actually, burning up inside from the cringe, dude. What the hell is going on?
Nervous?
A little. But I know I'm in good hands.
And yeah, they're going through with this. He checked the vacuum, he made sure it works, so this thing is a go. I'm telling you, this has to be the craziest episode of this freaking show that I've ever seen. How have I missed this one so far? Kara's dentist would have charged $185 for the tooth extraction. The procedure will only cost $10. Yeah, I was wrong. I thought it was some exorbitant price, like over $1,000 to get your tooth removed. She's saving $170 by doing this at home, which I know is still a lot of money, of course. That's a whole car payment, car insurance bill, maybe if you got an older car. But I'm sorry, if it comes to something as scary as trying to have your tooth removed, even by a professional, I'm gonna leave that to the freaking pros. I don't know about y'all.
Pain only lasts a short time, but saving that money lasts so much longer.
My wife will always be cheap.
So they go ahead with it and take that baby out. He uses the freaking vacuum at the tail end. That's the only part I can show you again because of the glory that is this website. But I can assure you, this is not something you want to be trying at home. And I think 99% of you that have more than 2 brain cells can understand that. So we get a final shot of this man taking care of his wife in their makeshift medical bed, aka their armchair in the living room. This is just a wild scene, bro. I don't know what's in it for this guy because he seems like he has to just be a caregiver that's not even trained to be a caregiver to this woman, which has to be, sketchy when it goes wrong. I'm sure it has gone wrong in the past, but I want to know what you guys thought of this episode.
Oh. Ah! Good Toby.
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东哎。
罗有是一个千钧一发的纪录片，在香港。还有什么？罗有是一个千钧一发的纪录片，在香港制作城市设置。
Bueno. There you go. There you go. There you go, sir. It's good. Yo.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Kakai.
No problem. You can go and sleep somewhere.
Okay.
Get some sleep.
I have been covered um SH since after the subs.
Okay.
So
You need
thank
some rest, buddy. You can go and
okay,
sleep now.
thank you. Normally I was now already going to sleep, but
Okay.
no one was covering SH, so I thought, yeah, just leave your sleep and cover SH because you will not.
No, no,
I
can.
will not see any warning coming to the org.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Already.
I'll cover.
I'm
I'll cover the
gonna
tsunami as well.
10-7 SH replace by